It's tough to beat a high-quality vintage electric fan on a hot summer's day like the one we're having here today. Sure, air conditioning could probably do it, but if you happen to have that, you can certainly use it in conjunction with your awesome vintage electric fan. And cool drinks probably rank pretty highly on the chain as well. Hello there everyone, I'm uxwbill, and all rambling aside, I present for your viewing pleasure today a K-Mart branded Lakewood manufactured electric box fan. This was something of a treasure that came from the Goodwill. Unfortunately, it seems that the people at the Goodwill who go through this stuff are evidently aware of the fact that some vintage fans are quite sought after. So there's a fan enthusiast at one of the Goodwills that I frequent. And so it is that you can clearly see that they've actually been rather proud of many of the vintage fans that they come across. And the only reason I paid $20 for this one had to do with the fact that it's in remarkable condition. The grills are dirty, but they're not broken, and it runs very well. And I've actually seen them ask quite a bit more money for fans that were in nowhere near as good or even serviceable condition as this one was. They had some beat up homemade looking thing there. It was just in an awful way, and they wanted $40 for it, which I couldn't believe. Now you can see that this fan has some signs of cost cutting on the part of Lakewood Manufacturing. Gone away is the metal blade set. It's been replaced with a plastic one, but the motor is still quite robust and very serviceable. It also gives away the true manufacturer of this fan, because they made no effort whatsoever to cover up the fact that their name is on the motor. Now, I don't think Lakewood actually manufactured any motors of their own. I believe that's a McMillan Electric motor, if memory serves. If it doesn't, I'm sure I'll be caned in the comments soon enough. It's a nice blue color, and although it's a little bit dirty and it's got some tape residue on it, everything's intact and it does operate very well. So we'll just run it up here. I guess we'll start on the low speed. We'll let it stabilize. Hopefully the camcorder microphone won't pick up too much wind noise along the way. That's nice and quiet. I'm standing right next to it and I can hardly hear it over the much louder blower in the central air conditioning system here. Turn it off so you can watch it spin down. I'm not sure how you go about getting the blade set off of one of these. I got a fan very similar to this, beige colored and under the Lakewood brand, when I bought the Roach Palace. I think it's still around. I've never actually had to service it though, because I don't use it very much. And a lot of the reason I don't use it very much has to do with the fact that I have to admit I don't know how that blade set comes off there to oil the motor. And I believe I'm correct in telling you that the motor on this, yes, it does in fact have a hole for lubrication. I noticed that the paint is flaking off of this on the bottom, and unfortunately it looks like it has been subjected to moisture at some point in its life. But it hasn't rusted through, and I'm sure I could probably sand that down and repaint it. So you saw it start up on low speed, you saw it spin down on low speed. This is the only warning that headphone users are going to get about the impending tornado. Here's a little fella who's trying to avoid it. It's a little ant. Oh well, the fan is hardly the most of his worries. Just watch, PETA will come after me now. People for the ethical treatment of ants. Thank you, I'm here all day, and please try the linguine. Anyway, there's not really a whole lot you can say about a vintage electric fan. You either get it or you don't. And if you don't get it, the only advice that I really have for you is to go out and find one today. Even if you have to pay $20 for it as I did, it'd be a bargain at twice the price when you realize just how incredibly well they perform compared to these modern piece of junk joke fans that you can buy today, which really aren't worth your money, even though they're ostensibly made in the United States. So thank you as always for watching. I certainly do appreciate it, and as always I'm interested in hearing your constructive commentary in the comments.